Hi, it's Stacy with Sew Steady, and I've got Sarah here with Heirloom Creations and Sewing Mastery.
Hello.
So, thank you so much for joining us today, Sarah.
Thank you. Like old homely. Like we've been friends for a long time, but we've never done this before.
Well, we're really excited to be able to bring on for Sew Steady a lot of our awesome, just quilting connections in the industry and be able to share them with all of our educators. And while you have been an amazing customer of ours for 10 plus years, we have also had a really great opportunity to work together and team up on some of the education side.
Yes. And welcome to the Sewing Mastery Studios.
Yes,
exactly. I think you'll recognize something here because I am so excited that your Sew Steady University is live. Congratulations to all the work that you've done on your side.
I need to actually tell everyone how awesome this Teachable is, and I give a whole lot of credit to Sara for that because we were sitting, I think, at the Viking convention in September, and I knew Sara had been doing a ton of education online with Sewing Mastery. Well, Sara, you were also on Craftsy and then Blueprint too.
Yes. That has been a fun ride for as long as it has been.
And so we were asking, I just wanted to pick Sara's brain, about like how it worked and what she was doing for education. And she took us to the platform we're using today, the Teachable platform.
I love Teachable.
It's been awesome. I would love to see some thumbs up and some hearts if you guys have been out on the Teachable platform for either Sew Steady University or the Sewing Mastery. You guys have some awesome classes on there too. Is that right?
We do. We have the Stitching Cosmos courses, of course, for Bernina, Fop, and Viking. Those are the brands we sell at our store. There's another store that has the other brands, so it's not like we're forgetting you, but we do welcome, and we do film a lot of tutorials online. So pretty much if you have a sewing machine of those brands and you Google your topic and you can't remember how to do a buttonhole or you can't remember how to do something, a lot of times you'll end up on one of my videos. And we have filmed over 75 sewing machines, which is just crazy. I had no idea that we had done that many over all the years.
Yeah. So how long does that take you, just out of curiosity? I mean, you're literally going from soup to nuts, every single thing you can do on a machine.
So our goal was to start, and we kind of did it for our customers, but since they went on YouTube, they just became a worldwide educational place where you can access all those great tutorials. People always ask me, when are they going to be taken down? I'm like, it's YouTube. As long as YouTube stays going, we're golden. The goal was to do short videos. I think a lot of you, that's what I look for. If it's a video over 2 minutes, I sometimes don't even watch it. So we wanted to do short videos. So we say that we do a video on every page of your manual. So if you're actually searching for a specific, like how to clean it or how to use a needle threader or how to do one of those stitches that are in your machine or that presser foot, usually, again, if you ever need anything, I always have to tell my customers and remind them, if you just Google it, just type it coming out of your head as a question and Google will find it for you. It's fabulous. Sometimes on YouTube or sometimes it's a blog post. It's wonderful. Yes, I've seen so many of our Stitching Cosmos students hop online here. Stacy, I didn't get logged in to be able to type in and answer anybody, so I'll just do some shout outs as I see people come in here. That's awesome. Look at all these people. Good. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
They love it. So Sara is from South Dakota, and so you're joining us from South Dakota right now in your home studio. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or the Mastery studio?
Yeah. So I'll give you. So we actually, and we'll talk about the quilt that is a block of the month now as an online course through the Sew Steady University. Some of my Stitching Cosmos quilts, and over the last couple of years, I have really hoped to, or I have. I'm going to just say it. I've mastered machine quilting on have our quilt, and here we go. We're going all the way around. There we go. Some of that. Thanks. But there are times when a certain block needs some extra detail. And when I became aware, because somebody called me on the phone, Stacy, this is a funny story. Somebody called me on the phone on a Saturday morning and she goes, I need that ruler work foot. And I'm like, what? For my whatever brand. And
Yeah.
what are you talking about? I know all my feet. And all of a sudden I started Googling it. And there was this gal in Australia. And I'm like, I don't know if I can get that foot yet. Well, lo and behold, you guys saved my life. And we soon had ruler feet on the state side, and we were off and running. And then I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. So I did just that. I sat down with the YouTube videos from Westerly Designs, and I practiced my everything that we're going to talk about that's in this quilt. There's 25 blocks in there. It's all done with the template sampler set, which is like the first set I always tell people to buy. You can do so much with it. And as you can see behind me is that's only 6 shapes and then plus your straight one. Okay. So
Yes.
But so I started practicing with just the basic original videos.
Yeah.
And then you came out with the Block of the Month series, which is what is now available through the university. And now students, even my own students who have taken my class, you know, they only take it and they only get me once per kind of section, once per lesson. And they always say, I want to go back and do that. I want to go back and hear that again. And not the same, but online courses, this is where you can go back. And for me to go back and even do this quilt,
oh yes,
I can watch those videos usually about 5 times through. I mean, once to like hear it, once to like figure out what I'm doing. Oh, should I show you my sketchbook?
Yes.
So this is how I help teach my class.
Okay.
And so if you are interested in doing anything with rulers and you are not there yet at your machine, it feels still maybe a little awkward for you. What they have from So Steady are what are called stitching line discs. And the only reason there's extra discs in there is because your pen or pencil might be of different size, and then you might lose one. So they give you 2 of every size, which I think is brilliant, Stacy. All right. So what that does is it allows your pencil to follow the rulers. Here we go. Let's find a corner here. I'm going this way. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go. You can see that.
Yes. So you actually I drew out every single block and made notes as I watched those videos.
Oh, good idea.
You know, like she'll say like, go out 6 inches off of each of these lines and then start there and then go 3 more inches. So I would make notes and draw while I watched the videos. And then after I drew it and I felt comfortable going around the rulers, then I moved to my prepared block. And I usually was successful on the first or second try. And it was a lifesaver. So every block in here is drawn out. And let's hear, do you want to show some of the pictures?
I would love to. Yeah.
Stacy has a few pictures.
Over to that screen really quick here. So one of the things I wanted to share with everybody was when Sarah and I got to know each other, which was probably like 5 or 6 years ago, when we started really diving into some of the Westerly design stuff. And she said, hey, you know, Stacy, you know, this is something that I've been doing and how I've been doing it. I was brilliant. Like, that's exactly how you should be doing that. You know, it's being able to draw it first really helps everyone kind of get a feel for exactly how they're going to be stitching it. So, and then you talk about like free motion quilting and how you want to draw to get that muscle memory. You know, it kind of goes the same way with ruler work. Understanding how the template works ahead of time goes a long way. So this is one of the designs that you had said kind of inspired you.
Yes, this is my favorite block from the 25 blocks in the Westerly Design Quilt As You Go class. Okay. And so you can see it how I interpreted it. But if you want to go forward, we have a few other close-up pictures. Yeah. So there's a star in the middle of that, and I free motion quilted around it. I was just playing.
Oh, I love that.
When we're done here, I got to show you someplace else. I'll teach you a great place to play. How about the blue one? Yep. So that's the original block from the class.
Yes.
And I loved it. But this is the picture from my sketchbook. This was just, I got the concept of how I was going to travel across that line. And, without lifting your pencil. So remember the little games we used to play, like, can you draw this shape without lifting your pencil?
Yes.
Kind of what I remember when we were doing these. And that's why I only did one side, because after I got one side, I'm like, okay, I got this.
Yeah.
And I did it on the blue fabric that was the original quilt. But with that, I had to transfer it somewhere, so it was a keeper into one of my other quilts there. So,
I love that.
Yeah. And then I just love, there's a spiral and some straight line quilting on those other pictures.
Okay.
Yes. Oh gosh, so much. Okay, so I love very tight free motion quilting. So we all know that if you do free motion quilting dense, you need to make sure that everything is filled into that density. So free motion quilting, you see little pebbles in the pinker part. And so my straight line quilting, I always have to do, like in the black, I have to do almost like the 1/4 inch, a lot of turning if you're going to do that with a walking foot. But that is one of my favorite, just to kind of whip myself down through those little V's and over. You travel through the stitching lines, and before you know it, like that background was quilted. It was actually faster than my free motion quilting. I am a fan of everything straight. Very modern look if you're doing any modern quilting. It's a great way, especially once you try it. Mm-hmm.
And so you'd say you used your 12-inch arc then for a lot of the straight lines through.
That is my go-to if I'm not doing other shapes.
And then I see your circles and the echoing happening there on the purple too.
Right.
That's so great. So you have a couple others to show us. Here's one of
what's it called? Swirl. Help me out.
The spiral.
Yep, I love that one. That one filled in a lot faster than I thought. That's one thing I realized about ruler work is you think it's going to take so much time, but it really, really doesn't.
Yeah, because we talk about that a lot, is that when you're doing ruler work, it is more of a leisure sport, meaning you kind of want to go a little bit slower so you can stop and have really accurate designs. And free motion quilting is oftentimes, well, from what I've heard in the past, you want to go a little bit faster so you can get comfortable and kind of that muscle memory thing going. Right. So, but yes, once you get into a rhythm, it can go pretty darn quickly. So I see more of the same. I see a lot of really awesome free motion quilting here, Sarah. Yeah. But then you combined it with the ruler work, which is favorite. Yeah. So you get really a lot of that like super accuracy, and then you get a lot of the texture with all the free motion, which is awesome.
Right. Oh, I have to give a shout out to Cecile from Norway. Hello.
Oh, I love it.
That is awesome. You're up late. So
it sounds like your video. So I'm not sure if everybody understands that Sara is kind of like super famous. No, she does. I think you just hit 100,000 followers.
100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And yes, they send you the plaque. So that is a big deal in the YouTube world.
Really?
It's so funny because I announced that, and a lot of my friends were like, oh, that's nice. And then one of my friends' son, who's 13, they're like, that's a big deal. Like the kids know more about the
they do.
It's a big deal. So that's pretty fun. Good morning to all of our Australia friends. Hello.
Oh my God. So you have a lot of followers and subscribers that are from all over the world then?
Yes. I mean, of course, United States first, but Australia and Canada are two of our biggest people from online courses or who view our videos. Okay. So emails are always coming in, and I get to you as soon as I get up. We have plenty of Facebook groups, so sometimes our other students will answer our questions. Absolutely. that can help out there. I've got a little extra. So kind of on a side note, something that I usually show in class, that I kind of started this just when I was learning free motion quilting, like beyond stippling. Okay, you all have probably some basic skills, but I was ready to up my game and give myself a little bit more. I had to push myself. Oh. And so what I did was I found in our collection of quilt tops that we had made for the store. I don't know if this was from Fat Quarters or something, but you'll kind of recognize this kind of fun little concept where every square, there you go, has a little square in it. So what I did was I went ahead and quilted in the ditch. So so it's all secured. And then I would just take a place and I would just practice quilt. So like, let's look at this yellow one. Here it is. The yellow one has just a little bit of quilting. And so it gave me like a practice place before I did it on my actual quilt. And when you actually are doing it on something, not just a little scrap of fabric that you can just throw away, your heart isn't in that little scrap of fabric as much as it is when you practice on something that somebody's going to see. So this was my little practice piece. And I started with free motion quilting, and somewhere here, oh yeah, this will be one, that when I started to practice my ruler work, there you go. Yeah, so then I just did the little swirls in that yellow one and just had some fun. So it's just something that if you have something in your collection right now, you might even have like a table runner that you like already put binding on and you know it doesn't have enough quilting on it. You can just reach for it, and maybe it's not even something you use a lot, but you have it done. Of course, you don't throw it out or something. It's just there. Yeah. Do something like that for some of your practice. And believe me, there is something about when it's special, you put a little bit more specialness into it, and then you get better at your quilting. So that's my tip of the day of drawing things out ahead of time, you know, sketching it out, and then giving yourself a place that actually is real that you practice on. And I think you will all know something that you could probably pull out right now and add a little quilting to, and nobody will know if it's not absolutely perfect.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot too, Sarah, as, you know, as you're learning rulers, a lot of you have quilted just stitch in the ditch. And so now this is your chance to potentially pull out some of those old quilts that you just did the straight lines on and really start adding some fun quilting to it. So I love what you've done there, and just kind of having that one that you just keep adding to as you're learning new designs. And yeah, it just kind of gets you probably excited to like, oh, let me try something new on over here. And
so it's it was funny because I had it just sandwiched like a normal quilt, so the batting was sticking out the edge, and I always wear black pants, so every time I sat down to use it, I would end up with batting on my black pants, and just I'm like, what? And then I'm like, well, shoot, I'll just bind this quilt. We'll end that issue right now. And I love it because now it's like a finished thing, but it's not finished.
Yeah.
It's always there.
Exactly.
To find something, especially if you have like stitched in the ditch, and if you don't want the stitch in the ditch to be there in the future, remember you can use wash away thread. And wash away thread, you can actually do one of two ways. Number one, you only need it in either the needle or the bow. Okay. And I found which side I would prefer it on. I'm sure if I thought for a second, I might pick one way or the other. Yeah. But sometimes I'll just put it in my bobbin and then put it in, and then just regular thread on top. But when I know it's going to come out, because when you wash it, that white, the wash away thread is going to release all the other stitching and then pull it out. So you might have to like clip it a little bit, but then you wouldn't have like those grid lines at the end of the final item. But it's one way you can stabilize it and even bind your quilt if you want to kind of have it even to that finish level while you're quilting it.
While you're quilting.
Mm-hmm.
To avoid the lint on the black pants. No.
Totally.
I love it. Yeah. Well, we're really excited because we wanted to kind of do something fun with you. So we thought we should do a giveaway. Yeah. So maybe we can get some hearts, maybe some likes and comments from everyone about what we would be most excited to win in our ruler work kit. I've got a phone ringing behind me, but we're just going to pretend like it's not there. So we've got our awesome ruler work kit. We have it available in 4 different sizes.
Yes.
Hopefully that phone's going to stop ringing. I just know it. And that is going to include everything you need to get started with the Quilt As You Go class series.
Yay.
So that's going to include the ruler foot with the 12-inch arc template.
Good.
And it's going to be for whatever make and model of machine you have. That sampler set that Sarah was showing us earlier, that's what you did to make all of those amazing designs on the Quilt As You Go class series. It's going to include the Crosshair Ruler. This is able to mark the quilt ahead of time.
You know what? I gotta put in 2 cents on the Crosshair Ruler.
Yes.
I'm just like everybody else. I'm like, no, I don't need that. I can draw my lines just fine. Mm-hmm. And then I popped it open and did like 1 section, and I'm like, oh, totally worth it.
And it's so fast.
Yes. So definitely treat yourself. If you are already loving ruler work and you haven't treated yourself to a Crosshair Ruler, you just lay it on your work and your pencil or marking tool will fit right through, and it makes all those just done. Easy.
Done. And you can go from anywhere from we have Crosshair rulers that are 5-point designs, so you can do stars with them now, to 6-point designs that are great for hex and other types of stuff. And now we even have, we've always had the 8-point designs, but there are, and a lot of people probably don't know this, but there's a spiral one. So it has those kind of spiral designs to it. So you can create. Yeah, the Crosshair Ruler book is actually included in this kit too. So we take you to the online class that we have on the university when you buy this kit, and you get the Crosshair Ruler book, and it shows you amazing ideas beyond just what you learn in that Quilt As You Go class series.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing that we're going to throw in today for the win, is we're going to be throwing in the Quilt As You Go class series, which is on our Sew Steady Online University. So not only, and that's valued at $150, this is valued at like $230. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of a huge win.
This is a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I thought that everybody should understand that. You definitely want to comment, and share. And also you get the space engage, and we're doing something new. So this quarter, we're releasing it with a new piece of education. This is actually from one of our amazing educators that's located in, actually, I believe that she is in Australia. Her name is Susan Moore. No, I take it back. Sorry, Susan. She's in England. So we've got amazing educators in both the UK and in Australia. Susan Moore has created this great 9-patch quilt that only, you see all of these great designs on here. All of these designs are actually created with just 1 ruler. If anyone could guess which one that is, it's actually our 12-inch arc. So that's that 7th ruler that you get with the ruler foot. So that's now going to be included, and it's this awesome 24-page. Yep, that's the ruler. So that's now included with the ruler foot. That starts as of July 1st, and that's going to be something that you win too. So all kinds of great education. You get the online courses. So again, let us know if that's something that you're excited about. The other thing that I really was excited about, and Sarah's like, oh, you can just share it at the end. But I'm like, no, this is really cool, Sarah, is that she created back kind of right at the beginning, right, Sarah, when you were just kind of jumping into this, Sarah created this really awesome supplement to the Quilt As You Go class series. Yeah. So I was going to just kind of browse through it with everybody and help them see what you've done here and how awesome it is. So the Quilt As You Go class series is a video-based class series. There's about 7 different video-based lessons. Each lesson is like an hour and a half to 2 hours long.
It's a lot of information.
A lot. So what Sara did is, probably as she was doing all of those awesome sketches,
yes,
Sara was actually also doing, creating basically this supplemental handout. So she took every single block, which is 25 different blocks, and she gave written instruction on exactly what Leonie was telling you to do in each block. So now, instead of saying, what did Leonie say? Was that a 1/4 inch from the edge, or was that a 1/2 inch?
Yeah.
She's got it written in the supplemental instructions. So Sara, I think what we agreed is that we were going to give one of these away. Is that right?
Well, we had talked, was this an option that we would include it?
Oh, yes. Oh my goodness.
With our link.
Yes.
That we can here. I'm going to, Stacey, I'm going to send you the link because I'm, like I said, I didn't.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah. So if you'll paste this link in, perfect.
Absolutely. So we're going to include that with any of the ruler work kit sales. Actually, we're going to include it with the education in the university.
Right.
So
it will go in with your purchase of your class, right?
Yes, exactly. Okay. So if you do buy into the online Quilted to Go class series, or if you're already part of the Quilted to Go class series from one of our educators, then they'll have the access to this supplemental document that we can be able to go ahead and download. And that's just for the month of July, because Sara has now included this as a supplemental kind of educational tool to be used with the Quilt As You Go class series, or just outside of it. If you wanted to go ahead and just follow her written instruction, you can do that too. And that's going to be on the online university and available for, I believe we decided it was going to be the $20.
Yeah.
So a really, really cool option for being able to have written instruction. And you can see that Sara, when she puts something together, she just does an amazing job. So Sara, thank you so much for sharing that and being willing to allow us to kind of share it with everyone else that's out there that's, maybe just getting started with ruler work.
Well, and you as So Steady has also shared so much with your stores. Mm-hmm. And I want to say thank you to you who have helped given us so many tools to actually help our customers, when it's something like this that's still so new. I mean, I know it's been out for a while, but there's still a lot of people getting into it. They're still asking, well, what is ruler work? So I hope if you are newer to the arena of ruler work that you'll jump in. And I know some of this might look a little, oh, wow, I could never do that. But with Leonie's step-by-step directions, and she is so good. It's just I do remember having to go back and re-listen. What did she say? I was at a half inch. And I did. That's why I made the handouts for myself. But I also, just to reiterate, is because I did the course, listened to the videos, then went back and wrote those directions. I had to watch those videos watch and listen from start to finish. So I've actually been through that course a total of 5 times. Oh, because I had to then double check my directions. And then we taught it in the class, in our own class. So it's amazing. But
you're kind of an expert. No.
Right? 5 times to understand. Don't be afraid if it's good. If you need to go back and refresh, because I learn something every time I rewatch the video.
I agree. Yes.
I'm like, how did I miss that the first time? I thought I was pretty good at this, and then realized that I missed a lot the second, and the third I got more and more information. And that's what's so nice about the So Steady So Steady University, or even my classes also on Teachable with the Stitching Cosmos online courses, is that you get to keep them for life. So the idea of being able to go back and rewatch some things that, like, maybe you have a sewing machine right now and you're doing ruler work on, and you're like, this is really cool, but maybe the sewing machine you have right now is, we'll just say you've grown out of it. Like you're already like, okay, I want something more. Yeah. When you get that next machine, number one, you'll probably have a nice little checklist to make sure your next machine has all your things on it. Give yourself some extra growing room. We always say, you know, don't
Yeah.
just what you need by a little bit more. You'll thank me later. I know. But then you go back and you rewatch or retake and do the blocks again on the new machine. And that is what's going to make the new machine and you bond quicker.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Be that much better with the technique that you're refreshing, whether it's ruler work or maybe you got an embroidery machine and you're doing something you did on your old embroidery machine, but on your new embroidery machine. Because we have also our Embroidery Essentials online course. We have hundreds of students in there that are mastering their embroidery machines.
Okay.
But ruler work, I'm going to categorize that the same way. New machine, it's going to feel a little awkward at first because it's new, it's different.
Yeah.
And doing something that you sort of already know on that new machine will help you so much.
I agree. You know, I mean, honestly, ruler work, it's pretty simple to dive into, but I would say that a lot of machines do require maybe one extra little setting here or there. So I have planted the seed with Sara. We'll see if she does it. That it would be pretty awesome when she's doing all these filmings to maybe add a little bit about ruler work.
Yes.
So, you know, I'm sure we could get some thumbs up and some applauses on that too. Yes. But that's something that I think could be really, really awesome because it is getting kind of exciting. A lot of people are getting into it. Yeah.
And to be able to, I mean, even on YouTube, to go back and find something that you watched a year ago and be able to refresh. I think that is so key that we have that information that we can always go back to.
I agree. And then, of course, a lot of people like to upgrade their machines.
Yes.
So, you know, it is that idea of like, oh my gosh, I know how to do it on this machine. I don't know that I want to have to relearn it on a new machine. Right. And I totally appreciate that because every time I get a new computer, I feel the same way. You know, I don't want to have to try figuring it out on a new phone, a new computer, a new machine, you know, but you are giving the world an essential. So I'm sure we could get lots of hearts and thumbs up just for what you're doing with Sewing Mastery and, you know, all the YouTube videos for every single sewing machine out there. So way to go, Sara. That was amazing. You started that like 10 years ago.
Yes. So we are going to, so if you find the link that Stacy's going to post in the comments, that link will take you to the course or take you into the university. And that would be wonderful. We appreciate it. We do get credit for your link and purchase. So thank you. And then if you do it sooner than later, you'll get those extra handouts that we are we're doing the whole month of July. So that's awesome. If it's not already in there now, we'll get it all perfectly uploaded to where you'll find it. If you need any help, you can call the Sew Steady, email them. And
I'm going to get the link on there right now for everybody so we get it in here. And then this is the link that you're going to be able to use to take advantage of not only the online course, but then that's going to be in the supplemental for just kind of a short period of time. Perfect. So then, and so it's going to be part of the actual class series for the month of July. Again, thank you so much, Sara, for being willing to provide that to us. And so I'm going to post that again right now to the screen, and then we'll be able to go ahead and have everyone take advantage of that. And so I think it should be shared.
Yep, I see it there. Good.
There you go. Excellent. Yeah. Well, thank you again for joining us today, Sara. It's been a pleasure. I mean, it's so exciting to share what you're out there doing. And again, we love, you know, the supplemental, and obviously you've been doing an awesome job with the ruler work. And
you're charging ahead, and you found your niche. So I thank you for sticking with it.
Yes. All right. Well, again, I think everybody was really excited to see what you've been up to. So we're excited to go ahead and share that with all of you. And make sure, again, like, comment, and share because
when are you drawing for the prize?
We're picking a winner on Monday.
Monday.
So we'll Monday, probably around, let's say around probably noon.
Okay.
So we'll make sure to get the information. So we'll share it on both the Heirloom Creations page as well as the Sew Steady. And hey, Sewing Mastery also has a Facebook page.
Yes.
So, go ahead and go out there and like all those pages too. Make sure to give Sarah some love for joining us and doing all that awesome stuff out there. So
good to see everybody. I know there's so many people who have commented from all over the world, so love it. You're recording this, so if it'll be something that you can rewatch or share with your friends if you think this would be beneficial for them.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll get the recording to you too, so you can get it on that YouTube page of yours. All right. Thanks again.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Yes, happy 4th of July. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye-bye.